Hello, good morning. Welcome to Yoga Anywhere with Jess. It's a beautiful day. I'm in Lafayette, Colorado, at our local park in front of the open space. Lafayette is where I live with my family. I'm excited to be here with you wherever you're tuning in from. We're gonna do a short practice today, about 15 minutes. I know that we're all super busy schedules, busy lives, busy minds especially, right? I think we can all take 15 minutes out of the day, though, to do something really good. And I love yoga for a short practice because it's the trifecta. It feeds into our body and our mind and our spirit. Again, a pleasure to be here with you. Let's just go ahead and start with some deep belly breaths before we move into our practice. Keep your eyes closed, your eyes open, whatever feels good and accessible to you. I like my hands at heart center. You can also just rest your hands on your knees. Breathing deeply in, maybe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Taking in whatever happens around us, behind us. Again, I'm on a trail. People are living their lives, walking their dogs. And on our next exhale, we're going to come into a tabletop position. We're going to start by some stretching first. One of my favorites is cat-cow. So on the inhale, we're going to drop that belly low, lift that chin, open that heart, and on the exhale, rounding the back up to that arching cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And remembering too that my suggestions are just cues. You know your body better than anyone else. So please take what you want from this practice. Again, my voice is just a suggestion, but I really encourage you to do whatever feels good in your own body. Maybe taking a few seconds here to do whatever organic movement you need before we're going to be launching ourselves up to our first downward dog of the day. I like to do this leg shoulder stretch, but this is your time, your mat, your rules. I'm just here as a friend and as a guide. And repeating whatever you did on that side, on the opposite side. Coming back into a neutral tabletop position. Deep inhale. And on the exhale, launching those hips to the sky, back to our first downward dog of the day, at least for me. Maybe you've already done a few. Just taking a moment here to feel into the pose. I really like to pedal out my legs. And from here, we're going to move into a beautiful sun salutation. So listen to me, listen to my cues. Let's get into some movement. So on your inhale, stepping forward however you want. You can walk it to the top of the mat. You can do a little hop to the top of the mat. I probably will. But just coming to the top of our mat. And on the inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. This feels especially beautiful because I'm actually looking and leaning directly into the sun, which is kind of nice. Perfect for a sun salutation, right? Inhale, Tadasana. And exhale, swan diving over to a forward fold. And on the inhale, it's a halfway lift. And on the exhale, our right leg is going back and we are dropping that right knee. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale and exhale here. And on the exhale, dropping to our knees, chest, chin. Inhaling up to cobra. And exhaling to a downward dog. Nice job. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, left leg forward. And we're back to where we started to repeat it all on the other side. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg back. Drop the knee. And on the inhale, shine your heart. Exhale, plank. Inhale, exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to flow that through on each side again, but listen for the variation. We're going to be doing a variation. So, on the inhale, right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Here comes the variation. Exhale, right leg back, but instead of dropping the knee, we're going to keep a high knee. Inhale the heart forward. We're going to work into a prayer twist. So there's 3 different variations I'm going to offer you. Again, please do whatever feels comfortable in your body. So this is variation 1, leg up. This is a challenging pose. This is a perfect place to be. Or moving to the next level, we're taking our left elbow and putting it over that right knee, getting into a twist, then taking our palms to meet in this beautiful prayer pose. Yes, I feel it's building some heat. Or 3rd variation, flying our arms to the sky. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. Inhale. And on the next exhale, framing our hands to our feet, stepping back into plank. Inhale, knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Left leg forward. Inhale, mountain pose. We're going to be repeating this again on the other side. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling, left leg back, same as before, keeping that left leg in a high lunge. Inhale, heart forward, and as we did on the other side, perfectly fine to stay here. Or this time taking our right elbow over our knee. And then again, and I know I'm backwards to you, but bringing our hands to meet. Or if you feel compelled to do so, and you did so on the other side, flying those arms to the sky. Taking a few breaths here. And on the exhale, framing our foot. Stepping back into plank. Inhaling. And exhaling back to our downward dog. Taking a moment to check in with our body. How are we feeling? How are we feeling on opposite sides? That's fine. So listening for some changes here. We're going to move into a quick little warrior flow just to build some strength as we go out into our busy days. So let's take a deep inhale. Exhale. And on the next inhale, lifting our right leg to the sky. Move, kind of turning that ankle a little bit, loosening it up. And on the exhale, stepping through to a high lunge. Feeling into the strength of this pose, grounding ourselves, rooting ourselves. I realize my back's going to be again towards you. We'll flip to the other side, and on the exhale, dropping that back leg or foot down about 45 degrees. Front leg, toes are pointing towards the front of our mat, deepening into that warrior 2. This is a strong heat building pose. As I do with downward dog, this is my first warrior 2 of the day, so maybe kind of surfing in and out of that move. It's a lot of heat in the quadricep. And then gazing out over those right fingertips. Taking a deep breath here. And on the exhale, flipping back and reversing our warrior. So right arm over the right ear, left arm going down the back of the left leg. Really feeling that deep side body stretch. Deep inhale, exhale here. One more breath. And on the next exhale, windmilling our hands down to frame the foot. Stepping back into plank. Your choice. Knees, chest, chin, cobra. Back to downward dog. Know that you can always just step it back to downward dog. And then catching our breath. Repeating this on the left side. So on the next inhale, left leg high to the sky. Working out my ankle. And on the next exhale, we're stepping through to high crescent lunge on the opposite side. Getting rooted on this side, noticing the differences on each side. And on the exhale, turning into that warrior two. I'm going to surf it out on this side, but again, back foot about 45 degrees, left toes forward, and gazing out over those left fingertips, rooting into this pose. One more deep breath. And on the exhale, reversing back into that warrior, feeling that deep side stretch on our left side. Inhaling here, exhaling here, and on the next exhale, windmilling our hands down, stepping back into plank, upward, and downward. Let's just quickly flow that through on each side, and then we'll move into closing. I know this is a fast practice, but hopefully you're feeling the benefits of it like me, and really working our body, mind, and spirit. On the inhale, right leg high. On the exhale, step through, crescent lunge. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands down, stepping back. Inhaling upwards. Exhaling downwards. And on the inhale, left leg high. Exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. On the exhale, windmilling hands down. Stepping back into plank. Inhale upwards, however you want to get there. And exhale downwards. Beautiful. And let's just do a little stretch as we close our practice. Inhaling the right leg high again. But this time, bringing our knee to our right wrist. You probably know where we're going, but we're going down into everybody's favorite pigeon pose. This is a deep hip stretch. I didn't say it before, but if you need a block, anything that helps it be more accessible to you, this is a great time to work a block under if you're real far off the ground. Otherwise, leaning forward. And then dropping your head if it feels comfortable, or simply staying like this is 100% fine. We're going to be here for a few seconds in this restorative pose. So taking whatever you need from it. On our next inhale, rising back up, coming out of the pose, right leg high to the sky, and then down to meet our left foot in a downward dog. Now lifting left leg high to the sky, same as we did on the other side, bringing left knee to left wrist. Using the block again if you feel like that makes it more accessible. And then when you're ready, dropping down to whatever variation of pigeon pose works for you. And on the inhale, coming out of our pose. Exhaling back to our downward dog. This is our final dog of the day, so take whatever you need. And when you're ready, coming through to a seated position in whatever way feels right to you. You can jump through, hop through, drop to your knees as I just did. So taking our final moments together, rooting into the earth, rooting into our body, mind, and spirit. Maybe closing our eyes, taking whatever last adjustments you need. Let's go ahead and end on taking a few collective breaths. Let's inhale. Exhale. Maybe bringing your hands to heart center. The light and warrior in me honors the light and warrior in you. Namaste.